Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Dream Team Professor podcast. My name is Scott, and in this episode, we're going to do a match day recap, looking at all the top point scorers and key talking points on the Sun Dream Team Euro 2024 match from Wednesday and Thursday, which includes Germany's impressive win and also includes England's frustrating draw. So we're going to cover the two matches or two rounds of matches from Wednesday and Thursday. So we'll get straight into it, starting off with Wednesday. 2-0 to Germany against Hungary. And I'm having a bit more luck with the points this week and goal scorers typically, considering I don't have the goal bonus anymore. But it is what it is. We've got Gundogan with 13 points, got his second assist of the tournament and his first goal, putting away a nice cross from Mittelstadt, who's also in my team. So combined nicely there. Mittelstadt did have 13 points actually at one point. He did have free bonus, went to bed, woke up, he's back down to 11 player performance marks. So lost a couple bonus points overnight, which was a little bit annoying, but we're not surprised. Anyone that plays the normal Dream Team game, they do make these changes overnight sometimes. So yeah, Gundogan, second assist and his first goal of the tournament. Mittelstadt, assist, one bonus, dropped to 7 ppm, but did pick up a booking in this match as well for the -1, but kept a clean sheet. Joshua Kimmich, again, impressive point scoring, 10 points in this match. The only downside is this £5 million price point that he's got, but hit bonus in both matches so far and almost got free bonus in this game as well. 1 shot on target, 2 tackles. Musiala has to be one of the players of the tournament so far. He's grabbed another goal, 10 points, back-to-back goals now. 1 ppm of hitting bonus points again, so looks reliable for these bonus points. Hit tackles in both games too, and another 70th minute sub, but it kind of comes with the nature of them having such a good squad, and in both matches they've been in a position where they can make these changes. So yep, Musiala still looking good and someone that I brought into my team this week. Florian Wirtz subbed early in the 58th minute with just 1 point, so if you made the call between maybe bringing in Wirtz or Musiala this week, you would have been quite disappointed. He's had early subs in both matches as well, but he did look really good in that first one. He did manage 2 shots on target. Havertz managed 2 shots on target and then was subbed off for Füllkrug, and that seems to be a regular change they keep making as well. Füllkrug on around that same sort of time. Expecting rotation for match day 3. They have already qualified, but they do still need to avoid defeat to Switzerland to make sure they win the group. So they can't do anything too crazy. I won't expect the full sort of team to be changed over, but maybe someone like a Füllkrug might get a start, or a Sane could end up getting a start, something like that. But I don't imagine it's going to be wholesale changes still. They'll want to top the group. So Boslai, someone else who I have in my team, got actually 3 points, but then he's dropped down to 2 points as well overnight. Had a shot on target from a free kick, but picked up a yellow card. He also had Orban in the defence for Hungary. I've seen him in a few people's team, actually. He managed 3 bonus, 4 tackles, and a shot on target in this game. Hungary actually looked all right early on. They did put quite a bit of pressure onto Germany, but Germany just looked like a really impressive side in this tournament so far. 2 losses for Hungary, but it is still to play for. There's possibility of them still getting that 3rd place finish. So if you're like me and you've got Szoboszlai in your team, I'll be keeping him for this final group stage game. On to Scotland, Switzerland. Scott McTominay with a goal. I think it was initially down as a Fabian Schär own goal. Shot deflected off Schär, went in, but McTominay, it got overturned, and McTominay ended up with a goal. So 10 points, 1 bonus point for Scott McTominay, 5 ppm, and a big chance created as well. You had Andy Robertson, 5 points, 1 bonus, tackle points, and a big chance created as well. And then you had McGregor, 5 points with an assist. Kieran Tierney off injured, but as an Arsenal fan, no real surprises there. I feel really sorry for him, to be honest. It's looking to turn into one of these sort of Wilshere type scenarios where he just cannot stay fit, and I do sort of fear what his career is going to sort of end up like at the minute. It's really quite sad to see, really. But something that is sad to see is Xherdan Shaqiri starting. I kind of knew in the back of my mind there was a chance that he could start this game. There was comments that the first match, obviously after the situation, the first match, the manager said, "Oh, it wasn't really the sort of game for Shaqiri. We needed a more defensive approach for that first match," which was fair enough. And they started with Shaqiri, but because of the deadlines on Dream Team, this match was the 8 o'clock kickoff. The deadline was at like 1 o'clock. There was no sort of indication whether or not he would be starting or not. So I transferred him out. Luckily for Musiala, who done really, really well. But of course, Shaqiri doing Shaqiri things with a long range strike. Equaliser. 9 points, got the start. And there was some ridiculous stat. I don't know it exactly, but I feel like it was something like Shaqiri's scored in his last 3 World Cups and 3 Euros, which is pretty crazy to be honest. But yeah, just typical. Yeah, a lot of you commenting on the video as soon as that goal went in. Again, though, I just can't. You can't imagine that he's going to then play Germany. He got subbed off at 60 minutes as well. And if they thought that they needed a more defensive team for the Hungary match, and Shaqiri didn't get in that, surely he doesn't get in the Germany match. So it is what it is. I still ended up on top with the points from Musiala, but just frustrating to see because I really wanted him for that first match. Dua did not start after his goal in the first game. And then if you went for Abisha, because he got a goal and an assist in the first match, he only managed 2 points in this one. He had Mbolo, did come off the bench again and score, but it was ruled out. And then really both teams need a result in this final fixture. So Switzerland need a point to claim second, and they can beat Germany to go top, but I can't see it happening myself. On to the next one. We've got Croatia, Albania. Didn't manage to watch this game, but it sounded really exciting. So a draw leaves both teams on 1 point. Albania 2 points better off on goal difference. So yeah, not the tournament that Croatia would have hoped for. I thought they were going to do okay again this tournament, to be honest with you. I saw a lot of people talking about their aging squad, but it still is a really talented squad. But yeah, not the best performance in this one. So you had Laki with a goal and tackle points, 10 points for Albania. You had Asani, who we sort of tipped in one of those preview videos, grabbed an assist, 6 points, but subbed off in the 64th. Sutalo, he's been interesting from Croatia. And actually, this Sutalo-Vardiol scenario is a little bit strange. So Sutalo, really, really good. 3 million, really nice price. 8 player performance marks, got him 3 bonus points. And he hit 3 bonus points in the match before as well. So only 1 player performance marks off the maximum in that game before. I think it was 11 in that one. 8 interceptions made up the bulk of it. 3 fouls and an error that led to a goal, though, did knock him back down. So he probably was almost on for hitting max bonus again or near enough there. So he could be someone you might want to take a chance on in this sort of final fixture. And just because also, obviously, he's going to be busy in this next one. But also, you don't have to keep him. Like, we get this wild card in at the end of the group stages to completely reset our team. So anyone that you do want to sort of bring in for this final game week, you don't have to keep him. So I quite like the idea of that. Vardiol, 2 points. This was disappointing because in that first match, he played left back. He looked really quite attacking, like getting forward nicely. It looked like someone that you might grab an attacking return off. But he went back to playing centre back in this game. So can't really rely on where he's going to be playing. I think it was Perisic, I think, started on that left-hand side, took his place. Kramaric grabbed the goal, 10 points. He started off the left wing in the last 2 matches. Modric, 4 points, which again is disappointing, but he was on 7 player performance marks, which is very close to hitting that 3 bonus points. And he did do quite well for bonus in qualifying, so he probably is fairly near to getting bonus. Kovacic, he had 7 points in this match, a bonus, 2 shots on target and 5 tackles, so very busy and hit bonus points in both of his last 2 fixtures. Right, now on to Denmark, England. Where do we start? We'll start with Pickford in goal. 3.5 million, 5 points in this match despite conceding. He had 6 saves, which puts him up there as the second highest scoring goalkeeper so far. Got a clean sheet in the last match, and obviously that's 6 points in this one. Got him a few points. The 6 saves, there was quite a few long range efforts in there that didn't really test him, but they all do count. But yeah, it was a worrying game for Arsenal, to be fair. Long range effort for the Denmark goal got through, but I don't think there was anyone really to blame. It was a really good strike. Gehi, 3 million, someone that I bought in this week. Probably one of our best performing defenders last night. 5 points, 3 bonus. He did have a really good game, but he still had sort of 2 big mistakes that I think I saw. But then he sort of went on to recover his own mistakes a little bit. So I think he had a good game in general, and I think he's done well over the last 2 matches. He hasn't been one of the issues that we've had in this team. Trippier, 3 points, 1 player performance marks off of 3 bonus. And I think if this Trent project ends in midfield, which I think it probably is going to, considering he's been subbed early in the both of the last 2 matches, I think that Trippier could be back on for getting sort of bonus points because he won't have to share these set pieces with Trent. So if you were interested in maybe going Trippier for this final match, it could be on. But obviously there are question marks over would there be any sort of rotation for England. But where it has been a 1-1 draw, I think there is a chance that England pretty much line up the same, bar a couple tactical changes that we'll talk about. Trent, 2 points. Close again for 3 bonus. And actually, there were so many England players that were on that 7 player performance marks, close to getting 3 bonus. But Trent does rack up these bonus points in midfield, but it wasn't a great game for him. And he was taken off in the 54th for Conor Gallagher, who I think had a poor game. Early booking, and then it sort of hindered him a little bit for what he could do. He's one of these players that does like to go in, press higher, get the tackles in, but he had to be a bit careful after that. I would not be surprised if we don't see Trent start the next match. And if he does start it, maybe they try him out at right back. But I don't think we're going to see any more of this midfield Trent project happening. On to Harry Kane. So he got his first goal of the tournament. Another player that was in my match day 1 goal bonus who decided to turn it on in match day 2. 9 points, still wasn't great, to be honest with you, and subbed off in the 70th minute, which I do sort of give Southgate a bit of credit because it wasn't working and he made some big decisions, taking off Foden, Kane, Saka. Not being biased, but I actually didn't think Saka needed to be one of the guys that went off, to be honest. I think he was one of our better players on the day. Bellingham, Saka, Foden were also those players that got 7 player performance marks, so very close to 3 bonus, but none of them massively impressed. I thought Bellingham was missing for quite a lot of the game, actually, considering how well he done in that game before. Eriksen, respectable 5 points. Holders would have been okay with that, I think. And then they've obviously got a bit of a better fixture coming up next. And then Højbjerg, 9 points, 4 shots on target and 6 tackles in this game. So 4 of 6 Pickford's 4 of 6 of Pickford's saves came from Højbjerg in this match, which is quite surprising. Still to play for in match day 2 for both teams, really. But I'm a bit wary with Bellingham, Foden, and Trent. I think Bellingham's gonna start. I'm pretty sure of that still. But I feel like he's got to mix up this partner that goes alongside Declan Rice. I would either do 2 things. I'd like to see Declan Rice either sitting on his own and then have Foden, Bellingham ahead with Gordon on the left. That's if you're feeling brave, but I'm not convinced. We've given up a lot of chances as it is, and that is quite attacking, and it's either going to go one of 2 ways. We're going to get lots of chances and do pretty well going forward, or we're going to give up a lot of chances. And the fact that our forward line hasn't really gelled particularly as it is, maybe don't think that just throwing an extra body in there is the answer. So I feel like the other solution would be to probably drop out Trent and then stick a Wharton or a Mainu next to him. I wouldn't mind seeing Wharton giving a go, but Mainu, I know he's young as well, but he played that FA Cup final, didn't he? He's played against Man City. He's played some massive matches. So maybe just stick Mainu next to Rice, but then make a big decision between Bellingham and Foden in the 10. I know they're both great players, but I just don't think... Stop squeezing players into where they don't really play. So just choose one out of Bellingham, out of Foden, swap them 70 minutes, get a fresh Bellingham or Foden coming on, and just give Gordon the left wing or Eze the left wing, I think. And then you can swap them as well, swap them around the 70th minute and have some really good players coming on fresh. Bowen's done all right every time he's come on. Watkins looked okay as well. So, yeah, I think that's probably the better idea out of the two. And one that's more likely to get carried on through the knockouts as well. If you go and stick Foden and Bellingham, both sort of, I don't know if you want to call it dual 8s or dual 10s, really, with Rice sitting behind. But if you do that and it goes well for Slovenia, you know that if we get a good team in the knockouts, he's not going to do it. So maybe just try Wharton or Mainu alongside Rice and stop trying to fit people in where they don't usually play, I reckon. I wouldn't mind seeing Trent right back, give him a go at that, see what happens there. But yeah, something has got to change because it was a poor performance from England. Slovenia, Serbia. I couldn't watch this one. This was a work time match, but did listen to it on TalkSport. You had Karnanic, 12 points, goal, 3 bonus points. I can't see that we're going to be choosing him though. Stojanovic, 9 points. He was subbed off before they conceded, so he kept hold of his clean sheet points. He had Janza, who performed well in the last match with bonus and a goal, but just managed the 2 points in this one. So it isn't always about choosing the players that done well the week before. Serin, one of the guys that I liked the look of in the previews at 2 million, made 5 tackles, had a shot on target, got 5 points in this game. And then you had Elsnik, who is 1.5 million, grabbed an assist, 8 points, 1 bonus, 3 tackles. Also hit bonus in the last match, but again, don't really think we'll be choosing them. Dusan Chadic didn't start the England match, but started this one. Looked all right, actually, in the highlights that I saw. 4 points, 7 player performance marks, which is pretty close to the 3 bonus. Takes a lot of set pieces as well, so he could be an option potentially if you want to punt, but yeah, not really for me. And then no goals again for Mitrovic or Vlahovic. Mitrovic, though, probably looked the more likely, hit the crossbar, had 6 shots, 2 of them on target. And then Zivkovic, 3 bonus, 7 points in total, 2 big chances created, and he was playing at right wing back. You had Luka Jovic off the bench for the 95th minute winner with a nice header, but again, I don't really see myself picking any players from Slovenia or Serbia. Benjamin Sesko, I see a few people have chosen him because he had a pretty good season in domestic season. Does love a long-range shot, but again, not really any points for him. 3 points in this match. And then on to the big finale match. So you had Spain versus Italy. So finished 1-0 to Spain, and they've probably looked the most impressive team of the tournament so far with 2 clean sheets now. Really solid defense. We're going to give credit to Cucurella, actually. So 3 million he will cost you. And there was a lot of question marks, really, because it sounded like Cucurella was going to get chosen at left back over Alex. I think it's Alex Grimaldo. I'll just quickly check that. Sorry, not Alex. Alejandro Grimaldo. Yeah, he got chosen. Cucurella got chosen over Alejandro Grimaldo at left back. And Grimaldo's had a really good season with plenty of attacking returns, goals and assists. And Cucurella's just a little bit more boring. But again, this maybe is an example that maybe, like, I don't know, you have to leave big players out at times for the good of the team. And Cucurella is maybe a more boring option, but has been solid for Spain. He's given Carvajal the license to get forward, and he's putting a defensive shift in. So 12 points, 1 bonus, 5 tackles, 2 big chances created, and just a really, really good all-round performance from Cucurella. 12 points. He's rewarding the manager with the decision to start him over Grimaldo. He's got 20 points across the 2 matches he's played. with those back-to-back clean sheets thrown in, obviously. The only real difference, Laporte started over Nacho at the back, but I think otherwise that was fully the same. Ruiz, 3.5 million. I didn't like... I said that he had a really good game in the last match. Scored and assisted. But I wasn't sure that he'd be able to repeat those attack and returns. It didn't look like he gets a load of attack and returns in his club football. But again, looked really attacking. I mean, I say attacking, not always in the most attacking positions. It does drop back deep and was doing quite a lot in the build-up. But just loving a shot. 2 shots on target, both from outside the box as well. Just looks a bit confident after getting that first goal and looking for goal and quite a lot of chances. So, Fabian Ruiz, 7 points, 6 player performance marks, which was a bonus. 2 shots on target, 2 tackles, and a big chance created. So, all action Ruiz, with someone that I'd like to have in this England squad at the minute. We then had Nico Williams, 4 million, and I think he was probably the more impressive of the 2 wingers for Spain. I think Yamal was better in that first match, but Williams was definitely better in this second one. 3 bonus, 6 points, hit the crossbar, and just looked really, really dangerous. I think there's going to be a lot of Premier League teams and teams in Europe sniffing around him once this tournament's finished. You had Yamal, who was still impressive, but didn't really turn into points, to be honest with you. 3 points, 1 bonus in this one. But again, just what a player. He had a long range, sort of cutting in strike as well. That it's just the confidence of a player that young. Morata grabbed an assist for the own goal. I feel like we've seen a lot of own goals in this tournament. It was a Calafiori own goal coming off his knee. Quite unlucky, but it was one of them that looked really terrible. Donnarumma managed 8 saves in this one. He's such a good keeper. Like, just gets such a firm hand on all of these long range shots, or just looks safe. Every time he does concede a shot, he never puts it back into danger either. And obviously had a really good performance against England when we played them at the last Euros as well. So top keeper, 8 saves, 5 points in this match. We had DeMarco, who I had last week, who I took out, managed 4 points again, the same as last week. 1 bonus, tackle points. But it was Di Lorenzo again who turned out better of the sort of 2 fullbacks or wing backs, whatever you want to call them. He managed 6 player performance marks, 4 points. 6 points, 5 player performance marks, which did get him the bonus, and then he had 6 tackles, dealing with those tricky wingers. But overall, up the other end of the pitch, wasn't really anything there for Italy. Spain absolutely dominated this one. You had Fratesi, who hit the post in the last match, come off at 45 minutes, just a 1 point. Jorginho off at half-time, 2 points. Pellegrini, 3. Scamacca, 2. Scamacca also going off in the 64th. And even Chiesa, who's been fairly popular, off in the 64th minute. So, I mean, Spain have won the group now, so they can rotate for Albania. They've actually won it. They've not even got to play to win. It's done. So, I imagine they're going to rotate heavily for that Albania match, which is a shame because that would have been a nice one to target, but it was always a chance being that last fixture. But the good thing about Spain is I think we're going to want to target them for the round of 16 when we do get that wild card, because they're going to be playing against a 3rd place finisher now, I think. So that'll be nice to target. We've already seen them against 2 tough oppositions in Croatia and Italy, and they've done a number on them, to be honest. So I expect that they're going to do well in this round of 16. And I wouldn't be surprised to see them go far in the tournament now. They're just totally in control against these big sides. Italy, on the other hand, they need to avoid defeat to Croatia. So it could potentially be a team to target. I just don't know who I want to target. Obviously, I had DeMarco to start with, and he's done okay, but they haven't kept clean sheets yet. And Croatia, I can't see. Croatia have been unconvincing at the back. They've conceded 5 across the 2 matches. They've given up 8 big chances, but you still think they have a goal in them against Italy. So, I'm not sure who I'd go for in this attack. None of the Italy sort of strikers or attackers, wingers have really stood out. Maybe a Chiesa, maybe a Barella, but yeah, not that convincing, I'd say. If you found that useful, please do leave a like, subscribe to the channel. We'll be doing plenty of more Euros content throughout the tournament. I'm going to do a quick team update before we go. So this is obviously this is Friday morning. So I've still got Cancelo, Dubravka, Bruno Fernandes, Ronaldo, and Lukaku to play on 63 points for the week, 121 points in total. I didn't write down what's my rank at the minute. It's kind of irrelevant until everyone plays, but 28k, which isn't good. But I think at the end of last week, I was about 100 odd k. So a bit of an improvement there. On the up, I've played my max captain this week. Like I said in the previous video, I had such a bad start with this goal bonus going down the pan. So went for max captain, and so far it's looking okay. So my transfers, just a reminder, I did DeMarco to Gahey. So Gahey's got me 5 points. DeMarco would have got me 4. But I saved a million there. Shaqiri changed to Musiala. So what have I gained there? Have I gained a point? Did Shaqiri get 9? Yeah, Shaqiri got 9 points. Musiala got 10. So I've gained myself a point. But then I guess there could be question marks. Does Musiala start? I think he probably will. And then I done Mbappe to Ronaldo, which seemed logical at the time. We'd just seen Mbappe break his nose. We didn't know how long he'd be out for, whether he'd play again in the groups. But we have seen pictures of Mbappe training in his France flag mask, which I was expecting that it was going to look pretty terrifying wearing this mask. Sometimes players put a mask on and they look quite scary, and you think, oh God, this guy's going to do well in the mask. But I must admit, Mbappe in a mask just looks funny, to be honest with you. But there could be a good chance he scores, because, I mean, if I was defending, and I mean, I wouldn't want Mbappe running at me, but I think I'd laugh as well. Yeah, but maybe I won't be laughing if he bangs a hat-trick this week. Max captain played, 0.5 million in the bank still, but they are my changes. So I've still got Ronaldo to play against Turkey versus Mbappe playing against Netherlands. Yeah, let us know in the comments below if you're fearful of the streets won't forget Mbappe in the mask. But yeah, I feel all right about having Ronaldo. Mittelstadt, 11 points. Musiala and Gundogan all returned double figures for me, so I can't complain with the Germany players. The max captain is currently sat on Gundogan, who grabbed goal and assist in that match. So he's done all right for me in general, really. Would have been even better if he had scored that penalty in the first match, but got to get over that. Germany have qualified, high likelihood of rotation in match day 3. But like I said, I think it'll be just a few tweaks here and there. Szoboszlai, 2 points. Must-win game against Scotland, really, in the next fixture. So happy to have him still. He's been a decent hold, I think, over the group stages. Kane, 9 points, first goal. Although England were unconvincing and got that early sub. Gahey, 5 points bonus. You'll take it. So just got to keep an eye on these next few players. I've got Dubravka, Cancelo, Bruno Fernandes, Ronaldo, and Lukaku left to play. Do keep an eye out on Sunday. So I'm recording this Friday, but on Sunday we'll be doing a 6 p.m. deadline stream at the Dream Team Tonic podcast. So just head over on YouTube, Dream Team Tonic, and give a subscribe, hit that notification bell. You'll get notified when we go live. We'll be streaming from 6 p.m. all the way through to the deadline, answering all of your Dream Team questions. Always good fun. Me, Ben, and Tony on that one. So do look out for that. But that is everything for this episode. So thank you very much for watching. Please do leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're not already. And good luck with the rest of the match day. I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.